from $723 to $1,084. It takes 2 to 3 collection techs, approximately 8 hours to clean the line. I'd like to make sure that our system's working good, but I feel like this is a trial basis, just like the nematodes are up at Mr. Chips. You know, if it's good and it's proven good to continue, but we again have to look at reimbursing for those that caused this, in my feeling. If that rest area causes it, who pays us for that rest area?
Well, until 2028, we are still receiving money from Mr. Chips on their winter taxes every year. That was an agreement that was worked out many years ago.
So we can't really change that until 2028.
But if the cost goes up on the maintenance of that line to keep you guys clean,
Yeah.
I'd say I'd be going back to Mr. Chips.
Well, that agreement was put in place long before any of us were here.
Right.
And it wasn't until more recent days that there was even any access to know how long that agreement even lasted because
Oh.
it was kept so quiet.
Hmm.
So.
Because they pay
just now
Frazier,
some
Frazier
information.
pays us,
Right.
but yet there still has to be.
We will own the whole main next year, that debt that we paid. I think we owe $60-some thousand on that, or one more payment.
Well, for 2025, I would say, let's do the cleaning, that's my motion,
I'll second.
and see if that modifies people's complaints. If it does, great. If it doesn't, we just don't do it in 26. So this is approval for
The remainder of.
the remainder of our 25-26 fiscal.
Okay.
And that money would come out of our sewer account. So we know where the money's coming from. Because it can only be used on sewer.
Okay, roll call vote.
Anybody second that?
Second.
Okay.
Eddie, yes. DeShano,
Yes.
Flander,
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Okay, fire department, township participating plan, park plan, grant application, resolution, and support.
Do we have one properly typed up for this?
Steve said.
I got the copy of the one you did last year, I'll just give it to you, or
Well, I
whatever.
mean, I see it, but I just,
Yeah,
we have a sample instead.
Oh,
of-
that's all I had, is that,
Okay.
yeah.
Are
That's the
you
one from
going with
last
the
year.
same contribution amount, or you're raising it to 2,500?
Well, what last year was 1,500, because that's what I spec'd out, this year it's 2,800, so.
2,800?
Yes, sir. I already have the application filled out, all the receipts ready to go, I just gotta get that, and scan it out, and email.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Roll call. Flander,
Yes.
DeShano,
Yes.
Eddie, yes. Campbell.
Yes.
Thank you.
Calhoun Township Representative name badges, Jocelyn Jamrog. Jocelyn was gonna create these for both the fire department and the township, so that we have identification badges. I'll make a motion.
Hold on, this does not include the price of the badges themselves. Do you have the additional attachments that she sent to me months ago for this, that actually has the prices? It says ordering. So she wants $250 for photos designed and ordering of the name badges. We still have to pay for the name badges.
How much were the name
Which is-
badges, do you recall?
It was months ago that this was sent in, so I didn't realize that
This
this
was
was
when I
going to be
was
put on
on.
here. It was a long time ago, but this was talked about months ago, and when we received this price, because she said she'd help with it, and then she sent in this invoice for $250 for doing it. And at that point, it kind of got pushed aside because we had another photographer that had offered to take photos for us and to do this kind of stuff. And would actually potentially volunteer their time. But then some of the other conversation ended up pushing this aside, so, 250 isn't gonna cover it, because we obviously are gonna have additional fees. And then I think when I talked to Chief Bernrider about this way back when, he showed me one of his old badges, and they actually had, I'm sorry, I can't remember what it was called. There was something on the back of it that you
It's
would,
a smoke number, so that's the number that number IDs you with the state of Michigan. That's where you go find all your training, that's where you get all your training information, sign up for training, so it's basically, that's what the state knows you as, that's your number.
so,
How many guys we have on the fire department again, Chief?
Oh, we're at 15 right now. I don't see that.
Do you
going.
get those made yourself?
I think at these ones we had made, I think actually, Central Dispatch or somebody made these ones. Somebody volunteered. We took all the pictures here and then somebody made these for us. Just do the fire association. I don't remember who made these
Well,
ones.
do you wanna check into
So-
doing that for your
I mean, I
representatives?
can probably find somebody to make us cards. I can always go down.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion to table
Or I used to-
Buckland Township Representative name badge.
second.
Pretty much.
All in favor? Republic Services Yard Waste Services overflow from storm damage. Well, I can tell you all this, the dumpster was double full. They came to pick it up and refused to pick it up, but the good thing, they sent another dumpster right next to it and up to it, and they didn't charge us anything. I was expecting it, I put it on here expecting a charge, and they said no charge, no fee. So, that was pretty cool of them to do that.
Waste management was gonna be here.
So,
If you ever think of switching to GFL, don't waste your time. They are the worst. I have them,
Because
and
you
I
don't pick your
hate
trash up on, that's your problem.
Oh! I put my trash out there every week, and they leave one can every week, and I'm so.
I know, I try and hit it when I come in by Expo.
Wow, I love that picture. That's the best picture I've seen.
So,
Is that me? No.
That's how full the dumpster was.
yeah,
Oh, I've seen it when I trimmed my stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm not
well,
throwing
people
anymore
even,
there.
people even threw stuff in our woods back here.
Yeah.
I mean, it was that full. So, next on the agenda, Penix mediation nomination and assignment. Charles said that he can't make the date of that mediation. So we need another person for that.
what's he pretty unfair to nominate Brian since he's not here?
His choice.
I think that's the way to do it.
I cannot make Steve Bernrider, but.
Nope. Complicated.
Can you do it?
Brian asked me if I could. But it's up to you guys.
Well, I'm gonna nominate Brad Eddie to be another representative for the Common Township. And this,
If possible, I want, if it opens back up for Charlie at that time, I'd like for Charlie to go back to it. But
Why don't you go in as an alternate then? That would be the easiest way to do that, because we already
Okay.
nominated them.
so I would like to nominate Brad Eddie as an alternate for the Penix mediation.
Oh,
Okay, all in favor?
I,
Okay, blight citation action 1986, North Bowtel, to go to the attorney. This is a case where the dog pound has been in the office here. What was that, about a month ago? They talked about no hair on some of the dogs at this facility, at this particular place, and they've been there multiple times through the years. They won't come to the door for anybody. Steve Gray, when you were zoning administrator, me, you, and I think Charlie was with us. On multiple occasions, you've been there and never,
At least a half a dozen times, nobody will come to the
No
door.
one answered the door.
and there's vehicles there. Now there's more.
second vehicle
Now there's
recently.
And you
Just-
brought our new zoning administrator Dennis by that also. and-
Yes, and he wrote the ticket for that the other day, so.
Is this the house behind the auto sales place?
Yes.
That guy, he had cancer. I delivered a shed to him and they had to go repo it. And, he had cancer and him and his wife are just, you should see the inside of the house. It's disgusting.
Yeah. It,
Yes.
it's something that we, sometimes for the welfare of the citizen, we gotta move forward and citizens around them, so. I'm looking for support of the township board to take court action for this blight situation at 1986 North Hotel Road.
I make the motion, move forward with, letting Bay County courts deal with this for us.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Winelander Fitzhugh account proposal. So it appears Amy has gotten everything together and sat in your office with you and Greg and found how to straighten out some of the things that have been going on in the township. In payroll and retirements and all kinds of good stuff.
The only thing I think of when I look at this whole thing, and I know this has been researched now for at least 6 months, at least. But, it comes out to be roughly another $16,000. And, I don't know, when I start looking at it, I mean, it's always been,
And I think we budgeted more than that.
We did, but
we might have, but
it was a different situation when we were looking at this initially, and it ended up taking months and months for it to get here.
when this all started, we had a problem with payroll being done in a timely manner. And, I would say right now, we've done an excellent outcome, and I believe we're doing an excellent job,
Sure did, yeah.
you know.
I'll say it.
I'm not saying, I didn't
So,
say words.
you
We
know,
always work it out, Kayla, no
I
worries.
know, well, you say that I do it perfectly, so I just wanted
You
to
know
go on
what?
record.
I don't know any complaints.
There are small mistakes once in a while.
I've never had.
We catch them.
well,
How much extra?
I just, you know, I can't justify spending another $16,000, you know. Each office, and home included, is quite specific, and I just look at it, it's like, you know, we're gonna outsource this, we're gonna outsource that. Everything's costing more money. I mean, half the amount of the outsourcing would pay for the chip and seal out of the park. I mean, just being, you know,
I'm gonna make a motion to go with Winelander Fitzhugh's account proposal and for the term of 6 months, because they do bill monthly, and see how it goes from there. We have a lot of stuff to straighten out, and I think that's what Amy's goal is to straighten this place out and get us back to where we can do that on our own. So,
I'm gonna second that motion for the 6 months trial for Winelander Foods.
And it comes back to the board prior to going any further.
Right. Yeah,
Yep.
that's
And then
just
you
for the 6 months, that's it. That's
No,
all
but it
I'm
just
doing.
needs to get in the motion that it's gonna come before the board again at the
Okay,
end of the
cool.
6 months.
Okay,
agree?
agree. All right, I'll second that.
Roll call. Eddie, yes. Campbell,
no.
Schlander,
Yes.
Pashano.
I would like to get counter proposals. This is a single proposal, and they said it would be set up and ready to go in 3 months. It took us 6 months to even get a price out of them, that we've been working our way through this. I think there's a lot of features that can be offered, but it's a really high ticket. So I'd like to actually get an idea of what ADP or Paychex or some of these other ones we've talked about would even come in at. I mean, it's very possible that they're gonna come in way lower than these guys, because this is an actual accounting firm. I think that that might be a viable option, or we could still get those benefits that we're looking for.
I think the key to this proposal is these people cared enough to do it right and found red flags from top to bottom in this
I'm
place.
sure they did.
Well, I think you know they did, it's not,
Mhm.
I think that to get our fire department, our townships, employment in the right, so that it can be carried on correctly. I mean, you were very critical of the past clerk. I think to make sure that stuff is not set up for the new clerk to fail, I think it would be positive to go with it.
I understand your argument. I understand your argument. Typically, we have multiple bids, is my point, and we put all of our eggs in this basket because we were supposed to get numbers back from them in 3 months, and it's been over 6 months. It's been a really long time to even
Due
get
to
that
the
back,
red flag.
and there's been no movement forward in looking at any other options besides this. Does anybody have a running tally of how much has been spent tonight? I'm just curious. It's been a lot, and nobody's been even looking at budget. It's a lot of spending. There may be money in there, but there were bigger things that were promised to the people of this township, that we are essentially going to be spending so much money out that there's not going to be enough left to do the very things we promised we would do. I mean, if you look at even the one bid that you opened for the senior part of the hall, that is a huge bid, much higher than we expected for what we were looking at, and that isn't even the large part of the hall. That's actually, frankly, the best part of the hall that they would be working on, and that was a huge amount that came in. So
But that's not even close to the second bid, so.
I understand. My point is, we've got, this concrete bid for the columbarium that is going to be 50% of the price of the columbarium. Plus, we have the price for removing all the trees for that. There ends up being all of these additional expenditures that
But that's a
goes with.
single bid.
I understand. I'm making a point, which is nobody's actually looking at the budget. Nobody's actually tracking what's being spent. And there's been a lot of spending that's been taking place. And I think that it's lacking in fiduciary responsibility to not be looking at the budget to see what we're spending.
What
Because we're
have
gonna
we
end up running
spent?
out.
Is my concern is, what have we spent, Mr. Shingle? What have we spent other than tonight? What have we spent in the last months?
Well, we did all the roads in Linwood that we haven't
That's
gotten a
our
bill for
road
yet.
budget. We never
It's-
exceeded it.
It still comes out of our money. It was over $100,000.
It was in our
even if they
budget.
offset
We
it.
had excess on it.
Wait a
It's
minute.
still money that's leaving the building. We're still paying that out.
One of our biggest
Nobody's
budget
looking at the
issues of
budget
the
is the
year
problem.
is when those bills showed up from Shaw.
Exactly.
$500,000 out the door.
You guys approved that before we showed up here.
That's irrelevant. The fact is, the bills showed up now, 3 years later, and Sam approved overages. That's a pretty common practice. Spicer approved overages. You can throw me under the bus all you want when it comes
Did
to
I
the
throw
water.
you under the
No,
bus?
you just said you guys approved it
You
before we
guys
got
did there.
here.
It's in the minutes.
So it's in
You
the
said
minutes.
it wasn't
but
in the minutes, and there it showed. It was in the minutes.
It was a 3-year-old invoice, which now we can have a policy that if you want to wait 3 years to bill us, then that's a whole nother. But you know what? It doesn't matter if it's a 3-year-old invoice or one today. That's $500,000. And that's a lot of money. So you got $500,000 there, and 40,000, 50,000 tonight, and you're right, intricate concrete comes in, and that bid's a single bid. Because Mr. Resler don't want to bid it, it's too big a project, and Bumper didn't call back, and neither did Terrence Johnson. So, you know what, if you can't get the bids, we move forward on some
How
other
many more
stuff.
did you?
I just told you everybody.
So 3
Terrence
people.
Johnson, Gregory Construction, Mr. Resler, who was supposed to bid on this. and intricate. I
I'm
got a
sure
whole
Resler, I
report.
just gave you his number on what, Friday?
But I still talk to him, and he says it is too big of a project.
Yeah, but I'm just meaning there's,
I was
20
talking to
concrete.
people, Brad, you're more than welcome to contact all